I hope OSHA's not watching right now. Now, Brian, 4-time world's strongest man, is a big boy, obviously, right?
Oh my gosh, I told him to watch his head and he's not even close.
That's crazy. This is crazy. The day has
Morning,
come.
guys.
How we doing, sir?
Thank you
Good to
so
see you,
much.
man.
Good morning.
Are you guys?
I'm so excited.
Me too. I actually don't know if I'm more excited than you guys because this means so much to me that you guys are giving us this opportunity to really just give you an amazing giant coop that is going to make your life changing for the better when it comes to how easy it's going to be to have chickens. Your boys are going to love it. So here it is. Here is what we call our Craftsman coop, your hen house shed area. We've also started calling it the chicken foyer or hen house foyer. Is a footprint of 10 foot by 10 foot, and then your entire run is 48 feet long. This is actually the longest run we've ever done, if I remember correctly. This is probably one of the best parts of all of our coops. Yes, this is a big, beautiful Craftsman coop, and right here is one of the most important parts. So we have our hen house doors and our deep litter door, okay? And we gotta have tons of ventilation, absolutely critical. If you remember, chickens are a natural woodland animal, and where they like to sleep at night is up in the trees. Well, if you think about it, if you're up in a tree, you got 100% ventilation, okay?
Absolutely.
All a hen house is a place to protect those chickens while they are sleeping on those roost bars, the tree branches, if you will. And then also because of how big our hen houses are, we have a lot of room for convection or the chimney effect. So when it does warm up, our buildings breathe and it'll all exhaust out through the ridge gap. And our cupolas are beautiful, but they are functional.
Awesome.
All right. Now, you will be able to adjust all the windows and we have windows and a door, if you will, to open and close. I hear, I'm not 100% familiar, with how the weather is here. I can only imagine.
Oh, that's cool.
I see the Rockies over there.
Yeah.
So it probably gets windy.
Yeah.
Please, please, please understand, chickens actually do well in cold temperatures. It's the wind chill that can really stress them out,
Okay.
and it's the heat that can stress them out. So we want to have tons of ventilation, but say in the wintertime, I imagine, we're out right outside Denver, it gets really, really cold and windy. It's okay just to come here and close your windows. All right, so you just put them in there and
they're
just
closed.
let it shut. Here is the back side of the hen house. This is where the chickens are going to sleep at night on the roost bars. They're going to go in there, lay the eggs. But notice we have basically a bathtub that's about 12 inches deep. This is where the deep litter system is incorporated in your chicken coops. This is where you're going to compost, and this is where you can go over a year without ever having to clean out your hen house.
So awesome.
All you're doing is you're composting, and it's imperative that you have the chicken to coop ratio perfectly in check.
Okay.
And how we do that is just follow the math, and it's so easy. So you have, again, that overall solid structure is 10 foot by 10 foot. Your hen house is actually 10 foot wide, 6 foot deep, and we have 3 10-foot roost bars. So that's 30 feet of roosting bar space. So I like the 1 foot rule. Most people will tell you 8 inches. Sure. I like the 1 foot rule because I like my big fat chickens and I want to give them some space. So I would never max this out more than 30 chickens. Okay. Now you have 15 chickens right now, right?
Yep.
That's perfect because that's actually going to give you guys a lot of eggs. As they get older, their egg production will go down.
Okay.
And as we know, and especially in this situation, we need the eggs, we need the protein. So we have room now to add younger hens to the existing flock.
Okay.
And that's so important. The deep litter door. There's a barrel bolt here. You want to get that barrel bolt right there. So we drop down the deep litter door. When it's time to clean out, you're going to have litter all the way up to here. All right? Okay. And all you're going to do is bring up your wheelbarrow. You have a tractor.
Yep.
Maybe bring up your bucket. Pulling, sweeping motion. No bending over. And you can clean this out in about 15 minutes. What I do, I clean it all out. I take it to my other compost. I start off with another couple inches of hemp at the bottom. That's it. You're ready to go.
So to say that again, we're going to start with hemp, small amount, and then as it starts to smell, we'll put more hemp in.
Yep.
And as it starts to smell again, we'll put more hemp in. And that's how eventually we get.
That's exactly it. And what you will find is we're going to start off with about 2 to 4 inches. And it's almost like the tide. It'll go up, and then it'll start to break down, it goes down. And then you'll add some more hemp, and it'll go up, and it continues to break down. It's absolutely incredible.
Isn't that awesome?
All right, so guys, I want you to do me a huge favor. I would like for you guys, I want to show how big our hen houses are.
Okay.
To be able to go in here and just stand in here, if you wouldn't mind.
Let's do
Are
it.
you guys
I
up for
mean,
it?
it's big. Is it strong?
We're about to find out. I have,
Okay.
honestly, I have no idea.
Oh boy.
This
all
could
right.
go terribly wrong, but I'm
This
willing to
might-
take the risk for content. Would you like your husband to put you in there, or you want to use the ladder?
I'm fine to climb up. No offense.
Okay, I don't
boy.
think it will. I have
Okay.
a lot of faith, but I'm taking a chance.
Okay.
Now remember, this is for chickens. Just watch your head there.
Okay.
I can almost promise you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So go ahead, stand right on up.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
Right?
Yes, that's it. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? All right, Brian.
I can't even touch the ceiling in
That's
here.
wild.
All right. Are
Okay.
you ready, bud?
Oh boy. I'm not standing on.
I hope OSHA's not watching right now. Now, Brian, four-time world's strongest man, is a big boy, obviously, right?
Oh my gosh! I told him to
That's-
watch his head, and he's not even close.
That's
what I'm
crazy.
talking about, guys.
Look at
Size matters. Look how big. Oh my gosh, it's
It's
bigger than I
wild.
thought. Here, I'm coming in. I'm coming in.
That's crazy. This is crazy.
This is huge. Look at that.
Okay, just in case you're wondering, yes, we have a predator apron right here, and Ethan put that all the way around your entire coop. And what this does is to stop an animal from ever digging underneath your coop and getting inside. Now, in this particular situation, again, I cannot thank you guys enough giving us the opportunity that we actually did the concrete for you.
Yep.
And this was the second time we did it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Your pad actually goes down pretty deep, and then it comes up, and it's about 6 inches for the main pad area. So with that said, it's a little old school that people are like, well, just put the fencing all the way down 2 feet, and that way an animal doesn't dig underneath. In my mind, what's going to stop an animal, because they have the instincts to burrow and dig, to keep going and tunnel and maybe even come into your run. They don't have the instincts to come out 2 feet and go underneath. Okay?
Interesting.
So let's walk on down this way. And I think what we'll do is we're going to skip this Dutch door, and we're going to
That's
talk.
so beautiful. I
isn't
love
it?
that door.
Yeah.
I mean, I love everything. I just love the way it looks.
Yeah,
I know I'm
it's
here for the chickens and the functionality, but I love the way it looks.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's the chores of chickens. Cleaning out the hen house, which we just talked about, is so easy, it's almost fun. Number 2 is making sure they have water. Now, what we do is we have a 50-gallon containment system. This is a high-capacity water system. And you can come over and fill this up with your garden hose and let it fill up and be done. Or, and I think we talked about this before, because your coop is so big and beautiful, we do offer gutter kits, but it's not as beautiful as the gutters are on your house. So should you want to, you call that same company to come out and do those nice aluminum, seamless gutters and bring your downspout right here. So when it does rain, it just continues to top this off.
Oh my gosh, this is
Step up
huge.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you fit so well.
Yep.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, this is crazy.
This
is
is
big.
insane.
When I say our coops are giant pieces of furniture, that's what I mean. He didn't build these on site like that. They were all made in our factory precisely to be a puzzle piece, so they go together here.
incredible,
And everything is notched. So it's like an airplane wing. It trues up the entire roof and it makes it incredibly strong. Also, I forgot to mention on the outside, so we'll talk about it now. We love this PVC coated 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch hardware cloth. And there's many reasons why. Number 1, it's the best to keep predators out. Also, it is galvanized core and it is welded. It's actually galvanized after it's welded. And so it's black, so it absorbs the light, so it's see-through. So you'll be able to see inside your run. You'll see your beautiful chickens doing what chickens do, down here scratching and working, eating bugs and just being chickens. Okay, so something else that we get asked a lot, and Brian, you did it perfectly, is what do I put inside my run? And I always say make the forest floor, okay? And that's what you've done. You have a mixture of hardwood mulch, okay? And you got topsoil down underneath. And what you're doing is if you think about what happens in the forest, you have the canopy and the leaves and the nuts, the berries, the bird poop, everything that falls from that canopy, and we have to have a system down in the forest floor to start breaking that down and recycle it. That's what the chickens want. They don't want concrete in here. They don't want sand. They don't want hardware cloth, okay? They want the forest floor. And what you've done is you're going to help mimic that forest floor so that the soil has all the beneficial microbes in there to help break down the droppings that will happen inside here. The mulch will help trap moisture, and that's actually a good thing. And it also kind of keeps it aerated. This is one of my other favorite parts because we're always talking about simple and easy, okay? What we have is a water bar where the chickens will come up. Gravity will push the water down through the rain barrel, through the hose, through the pump, and then into the water bar. And then without the pump running, which is you actually don't need the pump to run for the chickens to use this water bar. That is something that people think all the time. Gravity will push the water through, and it will level off wherever the level is in the rain barrel, which is why we have it on a base. We want to maximize the potential of the high capacity of the water, so we bring it up so that that water got all the way down to here, you're still feeding the water bar. So we got two things going on here. We have the outside of your feeder hopper, and we have the ladder for your chickens to go up inside the hen house, all right? So I'm going to start with the ladder. Now, your chickens will learn to walk right up here and go to sleep at night or go in to lay their eggs, and they will learn to come out. Now, here's the other part. Okay, so we talked about the deep litter. We talked about the water. Here's the other thing that's going to make it so easy for you to have chickens is you have a high-capacity feeder hopper on the other side of this wall, and it's gravity style that'll feed these feeder ports, and the chickens will come over here and they'll actually eat the chicken feed from here, and this reduces drag back. This also helps prevent pests, okay? But more importantly, it helps from having to have to dump feed out here every day for your chickens. Awesome. You ready?
All right.
Okay, so welcome
Oh my gosh, okay.
to the chicken coop foyer, all right? Now, here's actually where you're going to be spending a lot of time, but this is so much about function.
Okay.
And you immediately probably notice how big it is, how much space you have. You're going to be able to do all kinds of decorating in here. There are people that put in chandeliers. There are people that put in all kinds of chicken art. But this is all, again, about making your guys' life easier. We're on the other side of your hen house now.
Yep.
So here's what happens. When we elevate the hen house, we have a huge cavity here. So what's happened is we were able to have these drawers that you can actually pull out. They're actually cars. So they actually pull out all the way to the, so these are 4 foot deep.
The storage.
Yes, yes. So,
oh my gosh.
So all your
huge.
chick feed, your bags of hemp can fit on here. And just
so you don't have to pull it out of the garage or the storage shed. This is it.
This is it. So you have 2 of those drawers, and again, they're 4 foot deep by, I think they're probably about 4 foot wide, and they'll pull all the way out, and it just makes storage so nice and easy. So we talked about the deep litter, we talked about the water, we started to talk about the feeder ports on the other side, but right behind you is the feeder hopper. So here's what you do. You have your bags of feed and your drawers, you pull it out, and you open it up, and then you can literally open up the feeder hopper door.
All right, go for it.
And you lift that up all the way, and you can it'll stay open. Okay, just like that. And then you literally bring your bag of feed, so after it's open, you bring it and set it on this ledge right here, and you just dump it, and you can dump 50 pounds of feed out of that bag in like 1.3 seconds. So now that feeder hopper is actually made out of 3/4 cabinet grade plywood and a solid wood face frame, so it's just like how you would build cabinets.
I want to see how easy it is to get the eggs.
Yes, okay, so that's where we were just about. That's the last best part, in my opinion, because when having chickens, it's about getting the eggs. Yeah. Awesome. So we can actually walk out there right now.
I feel like our children are going to steal that from us.
Yeah.
Oh, they absolutely love to do that. It's the first place they run to. Are you ready to go check out the egg hutch?
I would love to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So first things first. I'm a family person. I'm a person about trying to make things easy for having chickens, but we also got to make it easy for everyone. And here's one of the textbook examples I've always said in my videos in the past. Even if you're almost 7 foot tall, or if you're a child, or even if you're in a wheelchair, everyone has access to the eggs very easily because we don't lift the roof up, which you do on most egg hutches. Ours, you have a drop down door, and you can just easily reach in and get to the eggs, okay? Now, the other reason why this is important is everyone thinks, oh, I'm just gonna go out and collect the eggs when the chickens aren't in there. It doesn't happen. If there's a chicken in here laying the egg and you got to go collect eggs or whatever, and you lift up this roof, she thinks you're an aerial predator, and you'll stress her out, and she'll jump out and run into the hen house, right down to the run, and we don't ever want that to happen because we want to encourage their instincts to lay eggs inside the nest box, or next box is. Okay, so that's one of the big reasons for the drop down door, but also so everyone has access to an egg hutch. I just think that's very, very important.
No, it's incredible.
Awesome.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
seriously.
Really, this means
Really
so,
awesome.
so much to us and our family. So thank you.
We're so glad to be a part of it.
Very cool.
Awesome.